Why, thank you.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. It's morning for me, and today I am having a Wawa croissant. hmm I'm having a Wawa croissant. Yeah, we've read the title. Christmas sadness. Although Christmas is a wonderful time of the year for a lot of people, for a lot of people, they love Christmas. You get together with your family. The children love it because they get so many gifts. They get gifts. It's just, if you've always had a blessed, fun Christmas as a kid, God bless you. I did. I had a wonderful Christmas. Christmases. I still do. I have wonderful Christmases. I'm blessed in that way. That my parents worked hard and was able to bless us with beautiful Christmases. Now, my mother grew up as a migrant worker, so her family was very, they were poor. I used to tell people, and I used to say it proudly too, that my grandmother was a slave because my grandparents worked in the fields. They were migrant workers. So to me, that equated that they were slaves. By the time I got older, they didn't work in the fields anymore. They worked in factories. But they all talked about migrating from Florida to New Jersey with the fields, with the seasons, and with the crops. So in my head, as a little kid, listening to them talk about all that, if we was doing like Black History or something in school, my grandparents were slaves. hmm I was just as proud. I sure was. Didn't know what I was talking about. But anywho, they for Christmas, a lot of times they didn't get anything. And my grandmother would tell my mom that she forgot to unlock the door so Santa could get in. She said that multiple times. And my mother would be so hurt, she said, as a child. But when she had her own family, my mom, even my aunts and stuff, like my mom's sister, like they all went, or my one other aunt, went overboard for Christmas. I mean, overboard. Like, we had so much stuff for Christmas. And part of that was because my mom said she never had anything. But my dad's family were landowners. And so they had a little bit of money. But anyhow, so I want to talk about Christmas and, having empathy and sympathy for people during this time of year who may not have family or they're not connected with their family, especially this time of year when I think about kids in our foster care system. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. They're about to make an announcement. Anyway, dang, what was I saying? Oh, so getting back to people who are struggling with Christmas this year, struggling with the holidays in general. And when I think about children in foster care, in the foster care system, that my heart goes out to them because I know, I don't know because I'm never in foster care, but I've done a lot of, I felt like I was in that system for many, many years, and I was not living in it, but working with kids and being with kids and fostering kids myself, and know how difficult this time of year is for kids that are displaced from their families. And I want to send a message out to people, and their notion of what foster care is and what foster kids are and where they come from. And kids in foster care aren't always placed in foster care because of some horrific event that happened to them at the hands of their parents. A lot of our kids are in care because their parents were deemed neglectful. It could be something as simple as lack of housing. That's not simple, but lack of housing or whatever. Not taking your kids to the doctor. Okay, I'm getting off track. But anyhow, that's another video. But also people who might be in the service and they're away from their family and can't get back to their family, and it's just so many situations where people are not happy and not jolly and not feeling their best because of this holiday season. And I would just say to anybody in those situations to reach out to somebody, reach out to people. If there's a church service that's going on or that you know about, or people invite you to their house, for the holiday, take them up on it. Don't be alone. Don't sit in your sadness. Also, people who are dealing with recent loss or grief. This is a difficult time of the year. This is your first year, first Christmas without your mother, without your father, sister, cousin, whatever. Somebody that you loved and somebody that you cherished in your life. And now this is the first year without them. I would suggest, everyone deals with grief however they deal with grief. I never really try to tell people, unless it's something they're doing that's unhealthy. But however, I kind of, when people are grieving, you kind of want to stand back and kind of support, be there. I'm here for you. I love you. I want to help you, but allow them to grieve the way they need to grieve. And this time of year is tough for a lot of people because you feel like the whole world is happy and you are living in this sadness and this state. And some people feel this way for a lifetime, once they've lost somebody, around this time of the year. And hold on, these bells. I thank God I haven't experienced that in my life. I still have my parents, and my core family that I grew up with is still intact, and I'm grateful for that. But I still have that sense of sadness, for, not saying my life is perfect. It's not, and I have some reasons to be sad over this holiday, but what I've been really working on and what I encourage other people to work on is to not focus on what you don't have, but focus on what you do have and what your blessings are and what is important to you. And, it's okay to feel sadness. It's okay to feel that way. Believe me, I mean, I got a lot of people in my life that have had some horrific losses in their life, some really tough losses, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but I would say don't spend these days by yourself. Even if you go to be with other people and you're just in the room with other people and you're not just left by yourself, don't stay in that dark space. Don't stay in that dark space. Um, I really feel like people that we've lost wouldn't want us to live sad and wouldn't want us to be discouraged. I don't feel like they would want us to be that way. Although I understand, grief and what it does to people, but trying to move forward in your life. I mean, you think about, you know, we think about, Switch, for example, and him committing suicide and what his family is going to face for this Christmas and what his children are going to, how they're going to feel, and his wife and mother, and it's a great loss for them. And how are they going to get through the holidays? Not only this holiday, but 10 years from now, 20 years from now, how it's going to affect them. So, in conclusion, I would say reach out to people. If you're in that dark space and around the holidays, reach out, reach out, reach out. If you have a therapist, reach out. If you need a therapist, start working on that to secure a therapist. If you need to call, most cities have and states have a mental health crisis line or a mental health talk line. Call them, talk to somebody. Don't stay in this dark space, and you'll get through this. You can get through this. You will get through this time. Because as adults, as we get older, we lose more people, and we understand, the ways of the world and what's happening around us. It's not easy for any of us, even, for those of us who work in mental health. Um, we're not always the strong ones either, and we got things that are going on in our, excuse me, in our own personal lives also. So I'm going to end the video here, but please reach out for support and help if you need it. Bye.